Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Laura A. Music Corner. I almost forgot the name of the channel. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I have a first channel. So, I have a vlog channel and then I have this channel. So sometimes it's a little confusing. But nevertheless, here I am. So, like I promised on the last reaction I did for Dan Vasc, I wanted to do another one. So, I'm gonna give you a trip back in 2020. Like I mentioned when I first started doing Dan Vasc reactions, I said I heard of him a long time ago. And that was during pandemic when I was sitting in my room, and it was during the height of the pandemic here in New York City. So where I live, I literally, and I'll probably put a picture like here or here. So, I live literally like outside by the Hudson River of New York City. I literally live like maybe a few blocks away from the bridge, the George Washington Bridge. So during that time, there was no cars. It was just eerie silence in the world. And so I'm sitting in my room contemplating, purging out my soul. And during that time, I remember, now after my good cries, I went on YouTube and started surfing for music. And I remember that Roy Kahn at the time, he had long gone finished with Camelot, and he resurrected, bringing this song for all. That song moved me just hearing Roy Kahn singing. But then I came across Dan's version of Roy Kahn's song For All. And I didn't know what to expect. So this is where I'm going to share my journey with you guys and how I felt at that moment when I listened to his voice. So sit back, relax, let's revisit Dan Vasc doing a Roy Kahn cover to the song For All. It is featuring Jacob Kai and Gabriel Belozi. So it's gonna be fun, very mellow. Let's enjoy. Okay, let's get to it.
To become, and all the things I could have been, for waiting for the writing on the wall so long, for all the things I had and lost again, for every time I failed to lift your name in the night. To lower my defenses, pour
Oh, I'll let it play because I know everybody will be like, come on, guys. Come on, Laura.
Friends, thank you very much for watching this video, and a huge thank you here for my friends Jacob and Gabriel, who readily answered my call. Well, the man is back. What to say? I am very happy. First because, well, just listening to his voice in 8 years, it was enough to get me emotional. And secondly, because he was very open in his music about his faith. I think this is a wonderful thing, because nowadays all the cool kids, are atheists, and which is fine, it's your right, and it doesn't make you a bad person by no means. But I am not a cool kid, never was, never cared to be. Nowadays it's not politically correct to talk about religion anymore, especially if you're a Christian, because people get offended. But let me tell you something, people will always be offended by something, by someone, and that's not your problem, it's their problem. It's an issue that they have to solve themselves. It's 2018, guys. Don't be afraid to talk about who you are, to talk about the things you believe in, and if people get offended by it, boo-hoo! I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to watch a couple more, and I'll see you guys in a few days. And until then, have yourselves an epic day.
I'm about to cry. So that was the video that caught my attention. So I had no idea he filmed it in 2018. I guess I just was too busy crying. And it still moves me, as you can see. He did a fantastic job. He did such a fantastic job to keep the same simplicity of the way that Roy sang the song. And for Jacob, Kai, and Gabriel Belozi, they did an amazing job putting together the music as, the way it was written. When I heard this song, because I heard Roy Kahn's version, and at least that I expected, I was going to hear Dan's version. And when I heard Dan's version, as you can see, I'm like a little watery eye and I'm ready to cry. It had touched me. It touched my heart, especially the way we are living in this world, especially me as a person who is growing up in the States. It's not an easy time, and trying to keep the faith. That's all I'm saying, is trying to keep the faith. But all I can say is Dan was amazing in this song, and I pulled back the video. Let me see if I can get myself stop babbling here and crying. Ooh. I got this. I got this. Let's start again, and I will stop along the way and share the different points that I really enjoy from Dan's performance and everyone involved.
For all the things I wanted to become, and all the things I could have been, for waiting for the writing on the wall so long.
I just love how simple the start of this song, because when I heard Roy singing this and the start of the piano, and just to hear this gentleman playing the piano the same way that it was written in the original song, and just hearing Dan adding that humble, somber, but almost like the voice of not losing hope. That's what touched my heart because I just thought he captured the perfection of how the song is supposed to be sung. And he really knew how to keep it really, you know, just pure, simple, and just perfection right there. And that's what I enjoy from this opening piece.
For all the things I had and lost again, for every time I failed to lift your name in the night, Lord Almighty, come pour your mercy down on me. Holy glory for all. For all the things I want in my own name, and all the filth my eyes have seen.
I really liked how Dan was able to keep it really steady, very sweet, and like I said, just being gentle. And then when you have the gentleman, and I'm sorry if I don't know which one is which one is Jacob and or Gabriel, but when the gentleman came in to do that little piece, like playing the guitar, like it's almost faint, but not too faint, but it's not overpowering, which I quite enjoy. And just the balance. They knew how to keep the balance of the music really light and just, very simple. Because, it would have been a shame if they would have done things a little bit over the top because this song was not meant to be like that. But they really kept it to the way it's supposed to sound and just simple, perfect, light, and keeping it just sweet.
For hiding when I ought to be walking through. For everything you wanted me to be. For all the love you pray that I may see in you. God of David, I want to lower my defenses. Pour your mercy down on me for all.
You see, at that point, I love how Dan was like he said, pour your defense on me, but he just pretty much like went down really calmly. And then just adding in the guitar for the solo, it was just like a perfect balance of entry of the solo because it wasn't like, let's just say, how you say, pour your mercy down on me for all. Like, it was just like, it wasn't like it just cut, it was like a flow. There was like a flow going down. And I really enjoyed that because he really, like I said, he kept it really simple, very smooth, very light, and just almost like a cascading river in a gentle river, and just seeing as the guitars came in, just coming in very simply. And I just love how they were able to keep that timing, not to make it sound harsh, the cutoff, and then just bringing in the guitar. It just meshly intertwined perfectly in the timing. I just love how the combination of the keyboardist and the guitarist, even though that Dan is keeping the flow of the music steady, but when you hear the combination of the pianist and the guitarist playing their individual, I wouldn't say solos because it's not really a solo, but just playing together. But it felt like if I'm listening to it in my ears, and it felt like two different songs being played at once, even though it's one song, but it's just like the way it blended. It's very unique just to hear it in my ears. But they did a really awesome job because of the fact that it sounded different, but not really different. And just hearing Dan maintaining the steadiness of the vocals, he was able to really pull it off, keeping the flowing sound. But each individual musician just added a little different twist to it in a sense, but they did a really perfect job on it.
'Cause you want it over once and once for all.
So that is pretty much it. Before I start crying again. Like I have mentioned this in other videos that I do reactions for. You guys are gonna catch me a lot of times crying. If the music hits me, it's gonna hit me and I'm gonna be bawling like a little girl. And that is who I am. And this is who I'm about because I could listen to different artists, and when they start singing and it hits my soul, you're gonna see me really crying. And that's why I'm looking around, I'm checking in my pockets if I have tissues, and I don't because I was not ready for this. I wasn't even planning to do this reaction, but I said, you know what? It's the best time now to do it and just share what caught my attention when I heard Dan. And it happened for me because even though the song was released in 2018, this music video that he did, but I happened to see it at, during pandemic, during 2020 when all hell broke loose in here in the States. And it's hard. And then just to hear him talking about religion and stuff like that, I personally, can understand that. It's a very difficult time, no matter what year um people are living in. And now that here in the States it's becoming more and more apparent that um religion has become a very hot topic. And yeah, all we can do is just, if you believe in it, that's fine. If you don't believe it, that's fine too, because you know what? I'm not here to judge anybody. All I can say is that just send positive vibes my way and that hopefully things get resolved, you know, accordingly, so here we are. So anyway, so that is pretty much it. If you are new to the channel, you're very much welcome to subscribe. And if you want me to do any more Dan Vasc reaction, drop a comment, let me know what other songs should I check out, or you want me to just free flow it and see what else I could put up. Because I know a lot of you guys ask for Christmas stuff, but that will be towards the end of the year. So there will be more reactions. Anyway, so thank you again for watching this channel, Laura A Music Corner. I will see you soon. Have a good day, evening. I will see you then. Bye.